appears actually that this is another reaction from the protesters. They've smashed windows at that fast restaurant. Police say the 27-year-old Rashard Brooks was sleeping in his car when officers approached him, and he and the police got into a scuffle.
We're going to talk about
running away.
What the mayor says is retarded, and then they interviewed this nigga, and it's even more retarded.
With what appeared to be one of the police officers' tasers, according to GBI, he was shot and killed.
Shot and killed. Wow. Well, great.
27-year-old Rashard Brooks was shot and killed after a scuffle with police. This video released by GBI shows the last seconds before Brooks was shot and killed by a police officer. Atlanta's mayor says the shooting was not justified.
She said not justified.
While there may be debate as to whether this was an appropriate use of deadly
There's no
force,
debate, bitch.
I firmly believe that there is a clear distinction between what you can do and what you should do.
What should he have done?
I do not believe that this was a justified use of deadly force.
Not justified.
And have called for the immediate termination of the officer.
Yeah, because
what the video doesn't show is moments before the shooting, but there were...
Look, this dumb bitch fired 4 cops because they took 2 teenagers out and tased them while they were in the car. What the video that was circulating didn't show was that they had resisted arrest when the cops had originally came up to their car and tried to get them out of the car because there was a curfew. They drove off on the cops, and so when the cops got back towards them, they refused to get out of the car, continuously still refused to get out of the car. Then they were tased and forced on the ground, which is procedure. It's always been procedure. You tase someone if they're refusing to follow orders, period. This is a big deal, right? You're saying tasing is a bad thing, but then it makes no sense. If tasing is just as bad as shooting, this case that we're going to talk about makes no sense. Why Kesha Lance Bottoms now is going to go back on her word?
Onlookers that did capture the initial scuffle with police. According to GBI, the incident began with a call to police at 10:33 p.m. about a man sleeping in a parked vehicle in the restaurant's drive-through lane, causing some customers to drive around it. Police gave Brooks a field sobriety test, which he failed. Brooks resisted arrest and struggled with officers. A nearby surveillance video captured the shooting that happened after the scuffle. Take a look. You see Brooks running away from officers. If you look at his hand, it appears he has a taser. GBI said Brooks had taken one of the officers' tasers.
He stole a cop's non-lethal weapon, i.e. a weapon. He stole a cop's weapon. And Kesha says there's no justification about that. He points it at the officer. A weapon. Remember, it's a weapon. If you want to use it as, say, it's only for non-lethal, then it's only for non-lethal. Then you can never blame the cops for using it. But then you blame the cops for using it 2 days ago. Well, 4 days ago. Whenever it was. A week ago. You blame the cops for using a non-lethal weapon on civilians who had committed a crime by evading police. Okay, so it's okay or is it not okay to use a taser? But see, this guy attacks a cop, beats him, or fights with him, steals his non-lethal weapon, and then points it at him as if he was going to use it. The cop, in turn, shot the guy who pointed a non-lethal weapon. But you just told us that it was worse. It's dangerous enough to use on civilians that you don't want it to be used on civilians. But then when a civilian tries to use it on a cop, it's totally fine. It's totally okay.
Brooks turns toward the officer with the taser in his hand. The officer then shoots Brooks, who would later die. The mayor does not support the officer's actions.
What has become abundantly clear over the last couple of weeks in Atlanta,
because you're not making anything clear.
Is that while we have a police force full of men and women,
you're not making any sense, lady.
Alongside our communities with
Stick with
honor,
mac and
respect,
cheese.
and dignity, there has been a...
You're probably the worst politician in this state, except for John Lewis, John Ossoff, Hank Johnson. I mean, come on. lady, and I love Kasim Reed, but you are the worst thing to come out of his cabinet. You're the worst thing to come out of his party. Period. And I don't even like the Democratic Party. Period. Definitely the Democratic Party of Georgia. Because they're lame and weak, and they're just as bad as every other Democratic Party in the country. Because they don't understand they don't even understand protesting. Riots aren't protesting, you morons, okay? Period. But you stand here and protect Black Lives Matters, but where's the blues? Where's the care for the blues? The cops, the city, the police. You're the mayor, and you have no respect for them? Get the fuck out of here.
Disconnect with what our expectations are.
What
and
are
should
the
be
expectations?
As it relates
Cops,
to interaction.
What you're saying is cops can't use lethal force. They can't use non-lethal force. No, what can they use? They're gonna start throwing batons now? Fucking boomerangs and shit? Baton boomerangs. That's what the cops need. It hurts, but it always comes back to the cop. God damn, you guys are retarded.
With our officers and the communities in which they are entrusted.
Stop being
to
retarded,
protect.
Keisha.
Some
And make the
protesters
macaroni.
disagree with the officers' actions
suck
too.
it.
Instead of shooting, do a taser.
Listen to
I
this
mean,
nigga.
they know when they pull a gun, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna kill somebody.
Look, nigga. How dumb does this thing? You just said, instead of shooting them, use a taser. Well, the nigga stole the taser from the cop. So he didn't have his taser. So the only other weapon he had was lethal, you moron. And guess what? He pointed that non-lethal weapon at the officer that made him want to use the lethal. Because he did not have non-lethal, you moron.
If he's pointing a taser at a police officer, they have the bulletproof vest. A taser not gonna...
This nigga's so dumb. He thinks that because a cop has a bulletproof vest, electricity prongs will not affect him. You have no idea how a bulletproof vest works. Kevlar is not made for electricity. Kevlar is to spread out damage across an area. It is not built to stop electricity. Kevlar is silk, or spider silk. It's not made to stop electricity whatsoever. Well, he has his vest on, and even if the cop had like metal plates instead in his vest, it would have done nothing. And actually, that would have probably been worse if he had metal plates in his vest to protect him from bullets. But this is the dumbest shit. You do not know anything about Kevlar vest, and you speaking about, oh, well, he has Kevlar vest, the taser won't work. Have you never seen a cop get tased? Cops get tased all the time, and they do not like it. You do not like it. No one likes to get tased, just like no one likes tear gas. But guess what? You have to use non-lethal when you have to use non-lethal. But this dumbass nigga.
It's gonna hurt them if you shoot it in their chest. Just shoot them with a taser, not a gun. Every time something happens, you don't always have to pull a gun out on somebody.
Just shoot him with a taser, not a gun. Even though the guy stole his taser, and all he had was a gun. You are a moron, sir. Sir, you're dumb as fuck. Stop talking. And Kesha, you're dumb as fuck. Fuck Atlanta police mayors. Fuck all this dumb Black Lives Matter bullshit because they don't know anything they're talking about. The cop had to use lethal force when he didn't have non-lethal force. It's obvious. Why are these people so fucking stupid? God damn, these people are dumb.
They have tasers for a reason.
Though the mayor calls the shooting on
The mayor doesn't want her police to use tasers. As in the last event I just explained. She don't want people to use tasers. She don't want people to use guns. What the fuck does she want them to use? She wants to use them like handcuffs, like throw handcuffs like Jackie Chan or something and stop the villain's feet. What the fuck? This ain't a goddamn movie. I'm done with this. Fuck y'all. Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. Niggas, you need it. Niggas, stop being dumb. God damn, stop being dumb. That's all I gotta say.